Yes. Welcome back to another stream. It's Enzo Fernandez versus Jude Bellingham, and that sounds like a watch along. Sounds like a football match, doesn't it? But it's not. We have a look at both options for Manchester City in this stream and see what the situation is. Get the chat's preferred signing. See if we can maybe change a few heads. Maybe some people are Enzo, some people are Jude. Maybe they'll switch. But yeah, we'll see towards the end of the stream what people's thoughts are.
Should we do a poll now and then re-poll it at the end?
Yeah, that's a good idea. That.
And then we can see like whether when we go through like the details and like the stats and just have like a general conversation, and people can maybe make some good points.
Because people might be like, oh, I want a full send Jude, but then at the end of the stream they might change up and be like, you know what, Enzo's actually the one.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I've just put the poll. Yeah, I've just put the poll in the chat. So cast your vote now, and then I'll end it in a couple of minutes time, and then we'll redo it at the end and see what the comparisons is, because we might change our mind as well.
Yeah. Off the bat, we need to give our votes.
Yeah, I was going to say that. So, for me, I think the transfer values are going to be very similar. I think Jude Bellingham, you're looking probably 120, 130 mil. I think you can probably get Enzo Fernandez for maybe slightly less, but I still think it's probably 100 to 120 mil.
I reckon Enzo costs 100 mil. I think they've actually put that price tag on when they're Chelsea inquired about him. So I think Enzo's going to cost you 100. I think Jude will cost you like 120, 125, something like that. So you're very similar in price ranges, which is good. It's good because it doesn't, not in the sense of City like having to pay that much, but it just means that we don't really have to take price into consideration too much because both are very high rated players. My vote instantly, bro, is Jude Bellingham.
Okay, why?
I think Jude Bellingham had just worked very, very well in this team. I've seen him a lot more than what I've seen Enzo Fernandez. Obviously, Enzo Fernandez has just burst onto the scene. His price is heavy for someone who's just burst onto the scene, but we've seen with like players like Alvarez, you know what I mean? It just happens. I just think, English quote for this, I just want Jude Bellingham from what I've seen. I think Jude brings he has a bit of a... He's got a dog in him, bro. He's got a fight. Enzo might have that. I've just not seen enough of Enzo to change my mind. But this stream could change that.
Okay. I'm going to go for Jude Bellingham as well. The reason I'm going Jude Bellingham is I think he's more experienced at a higher level than Enzo Fernandez. People will say, Enzo Fernandez won the World Cup. Yeah, I know they won the World Cup, but he's only been playing in Europe for 6 months.
Yeah.
And yeah, for me, he's been playing in Portugal as well. You know what I'm saying? I think for me, Jude Bellingham has been playing in Europe at top level in the Champions League longer than Enzo Fernandez has. I think that the fact that he's English, that is something that I'm taking into consideration now because you look at some players and, culturally, they might not, you don't always fit.
They might not take it. Yeah, they might not take to it.
It's a very simple, I say simple, it's probably one of the most simple moves for someone from South America to make a move to Portugal. That's why Portugal have done it for a long time because, a lot of people speak Spanish, Portuguese. It's the same sort of culture there. So it's a lot easier coming to England. It's a completely different culture. So I think that is a little bit harder. And I think that Jude Bellingham, there'd be more pressure on Jude Bellingham than Enzo Fernandez. But I think he'd probably find it easier to settle in just because he is English. So that's one thing. The experience is another thing. And I just think that Jude Bellingham's ceiling is a lot higher than Enzo Fernandez. At this moment in time, ask me in a year, I may give a different answer, but at this moment in time, I think he's got a bigger ceiling, bigger potential, and I just think for City, I think it'd be a less riskier move. Despite there being more pressure on him and more expectation, I think it'd be less risky because of the cultural situation. So that's where I'm at.
Ian, mate, in the chat, you don't need to spam Enzo. There's a poll in it. I don't think you understand the terms and conditions, my brother. I see in Lizzie say this is a good point as well. And now people might be saying, and I can see the comment section already, bro. The stream's not even finished yet, and I can see the comments. English stacks. You guys are so biased towards English players, bro. I can see it. I can smell that is going to be the comment section. So if you're now if you've already typed this, because people do that, innit? Go back and take a hard look at yourself. It's not that. That is not the case.
Well, you say it's not the case, but for me,
there is a little bit in there. The only thing that worries me is the fact that we'd have, think of all the English players we'd have in the team. Well, Pep may as well manage the international side as well as City. He's basically doing a player manager career, bro. Not a player manager. He's basically doing a FIFA career mode, bro. He can see both. But he may as well just manage both. How many English players would that be? John Stones, Kyle Walker, Rico Lewis, Jude Bellingham, Calvin Phillips, Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Cole Palmer. That's 9 so far. Is that all of them? I think that might be. Still though, 9, bro. 9 English players, bro. That is heavy. That is heavy. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? End of the day, England are creating some good talents at the moment.
Yeah, no, it is. Right, what we're going to do, I'm going to end the poll. Jude Bellingham has got 75% of the vote of the chat, and Enzo Fernandez has 25%. So chat, remember those numbers. Jordan, remember those numbers. 75 for Bellingham, 25 for Fernandez, and we'll redo the poll. Remind us at the end as well, because we'll probably forget. Remind us at the end to redo the poll. We'll see if that changes. Maybe more people will vote for Bellingham. Maybe some people might switch over to Enzo Fernandez. So before we get into it, big up to Michael. Yes. Remember, for 21 months, he says, 3 more months until the GOAT badge. Many dubs. Yes, Michael. Thanks a lot for the support, mate. I appreciate that.
Yes.
And Lewis, yes, says, why not both, mate? You're a greedy person.
He wants both, bro.
Not only that, bro. He's commented. In fact, he quote tweeted or commented on the tweet as well to say the exact same thing. Lewis is a greedy man. He's a greedy man. He wants them both. That'd be a lot of cash, bro. Make sure you drop a like on the stream, guys. We've just got 100 likes, and make sure you subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Right, should we start by talking about sort of like they're just a general profile of player, contract situations, release clauses, and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
So if we look at Enzo Fernandez, obviously we all know that he made the move to Benfica for around 12 million euros.
That's such a steal.
It is a steal.
And we wanted him, bro. We wanted him, but we were looking at it, weren't we? Look, as well as Alvarez. You know what I mean? That stinks, that. As if we didn't just go full send on both.
We could have got him for 10 million in the summer, as confirmed by that Patty guy, but it wasn't to be so. He's contracted until 2027. He has an estimated value on transfer market of 55 million euros. However, ignore that because there's absolutely no way you're getting him out of there for less than anything around 100 million. And he's got a reported 120 million euro release clause. So you are going to have to either activate that release clause or get very, very close. We already know that Chelsea were in for him this January transfer window. And, I think there were rumours that Chelsea were looking for the 60, 70, maybe 80 million, and Benfica were just not having it. And they wanted closer, or maybe just they wanted the release clause. So that's what you're looking at there. He's 22 years old, obviously Argentinian international, right-footed, and I guess you all seen him play in the World Cup. So that's Enzo Fernandez. Let me just go through Jude Bellingham real quick, and then we can have a chat about that. So Jude Bellingham, a bit younger than Enzo. He's 19 years old. He has an estimated transfer marked value of 110 million euros, so double that of Enzo Fernandez. However, funny enough, he doesn't have a release clause reportedly, and there's still nothing to suggest that he does. He's contracted until 2025, so 2 years left on the deal. It is actually being reported today and yesterday that Bellingham is being offered a brand new contract from Borussia Dortmund with big wages. It would be, I would say, unlikely that he would re-sign that contract.
It kind of stinks a little bit of desperation from Dortmund to keep hold of one of their star players. Exactly. I don't see him signing the contract, especially when there's a big move on the cards.
Correct. He's right-footed again, plays in that central midfield. Quite interestingly, Birmingham City have a 5% sell-on clause, so they're going to get a nice little windfall whenever the deal does go through. And that's sort of the basic deals there. So it's kind of interesting because you've got one player who's double the value on transfer mark, but you're probably going to have to pay the same amount of money to get him out of the club because, he's only got 2 years left on his contract. Dortmund are not in the best position here to negotiate. However, because there's going to be so much demand for his name and his signature in the summer, they're probably going to be okay. And the fact that they've only got 2 years left on his deal, I don't think it's going to be a massive issue for them.
Yeah, because there's so much of a fight for Bellingham's signature, then you don't really lose the value of the player. Contrast to Bernardo Silva, there doesn't seem to be that fight from a lot of clubs to want Bernardo Silva, hence why we'd have to take a lower fee. Whereas
supply and demand, isn't it?
Yeah, with Jude Bellingham, it's like everyone, every team in the world would probably take Jude Bellingham if they could. It's a wild one considering that they're both in two very different situations, but both very similar priced. On the face of it, obviously Enzo is the risk. Enzo is the risk because of the only 6 months. I get that he has won a World Cup now. He does look very good, but obviously he's only really been getting about for a short amount of time, whereas Jude Bellingham's been hitting it for a bit now, hasn't he? Like he's the one that's kind of touted as the boy. So you're gonna be paying a similar fee, but I'm still, bro. No, my head's not changed at all. I'm still favouring Jude as much as it is going to be a graft to get him out of the football club. Obviously, we know about his parents wanting him to go to, I think it was his dad wanting him to go to Liverpool, things like that. Liverpool apparently very interested. Also Real Madrid interested. So it's going to be a battle for his signature. But I'd just like to remind people that we said this exact same thing about Erling Haaland. Mm-hmm. Even when it looked dead set that he was going to join Real Madrid, he still ended up at Manchester City. So the people can't write off City from this just because of different things. Like we are definitely in the race for this guy.
Yeah, no, keep your comments coming in the chat here, guys. It's interesting to see what people are saying. We got super chat from Massum. Yes, bro. It says Enzo and Peroni, similar profile of player. From what I've seen, I see what you're saying. I do think that Peroni is not exactly the same type as Enzo, but I do see why you'd say that. And I get that Jude Bellingham and Peroni are completely different from what I've seen. There is more similarities there between Enzo and Peroni. However, I still do think there are a few differences there. And again, I would also say that Peroni is a huge gamble. You know what I mean? I don't think maybe City would look at Enzo and go, we're not going to get Enzo because Peroni is similar. Because Peroni may end up being a complete flop. It's a gamble. So I hear what you're saying. Whether that will impact the decision of who to go for, I don't think so. Obeyed with a donation says, I want 70k, lads. Hit the sub. That's it, man. Guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button, innit? We are currently 800 subscribers away from 70k, man.
I just did the same thing there. Just did a quick check to see what the situation was. And 800 subs away from 70k, which is pretty mad, bro. We're getting close to 100k. You know, we're edging towards it, which is gonna be interesting. Gonna be good because we'll get one of them plaque things, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna go through stats in just a second, but I'm gonna have a look at some of the comments in the chat here. So Jamie says, I don't think Liverpool will get him. No Champions League football next year. Probably they need to totally revamp their midfield. Jude is way too expensive for them with the amount of clubs wanting him. I would agree. If they get bought, then it's on.
If they get bought, then money ain't no really issue because they'll probably get bought by someone who's willing straight away ready to invest. I also think they double down on money because they want to make a statement signing straight away. But I think the fact that the no Champions League football potentially for them next season, that's a massive thing. That's a massive thing. So it'd be interesting to see if that sways Jude's decision.
Yeah. Joaquin in the chat says, I'm a River Plate fan. I know Enzo and I know what he can bring to Man City, just like Alvarez does. Okay.
Nice.
That's interesting. Tekers Dave, who's a Liverpool fan, says, think Enzo is a perfect City plus Pep player. Really good on the ball. He is, but I think that we need something slightly different. You know, I think obviously you got to look at it and go, right, well, Kevin De Bruyne's getting on now. We've got to start looking for that change in that midfield. I think with Kevin De Bruyne, if Kevin De Bruyne was 28, 29, I probably favour Enzo a little bit more than I currently do because I understand what you're saying, but we've got to look at our future past Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne's not going to be here forever. You know what I mean? He's probably got 2 more years at the top before he starts his decline. You know what I mean? And people are already seeing his decline already. Mm-hmm. So you've got to start looking to the future. You've got to look in for these players who can come in and not just take over the players that you've got in there already, but improve on them. And that's incredibly difficult when you've got players like David Silva, Vincent Kompany, Aguero, Kevin De Bruyne. But you've got to do it, otherwise you'll go backwards. And I think if City were to get Enzo Fernandez and then Kevin De Bruyne, say Kevin De Bruyne declined next season and he was just not good, or he took an injury or whatever, right? What else do we have in that midfield? And I'm looking at it going, is Enzo Fernandez with whoever, you know what I mean? Is it enough? I don't think it is. So for me, because of the timing, that's why I favour Jude Bellingham, because I've got to be looking to the future and I need players who can create. I need players who can get me goals, and I think that's Jude Bellingham.
I just genuinely think that if Jude was to come, I think he'd slot nicely into that role that Gundo/Bernardo could be leaving. I mean, that gap that they leave, Jude straight away would come in and start playing that role. Kind of, funny enough, we thought Grealish was going to start playing there. So knowing now that we'll sign Jude and play him as a left back, but at least we'd have a left back after Cancelo goes. But yeah, that stinks of something that we do. I just seen Pet Merchant says, "Why would you want a player that isn't a fan of your club?" If your footballers and fans don't mix, that's not a thing. Isn't Micah Richards like an Arsenal fan or something? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't actually matter about the team that they support. Like when they're growing up, it's not about that. Just because Haaland was a City fan / Leeds fan, then he's become a worldie and he's ended up at City. Yeah, it's a mint story in that, but it doesn't actually matter. It doesn't actually matter. These players, when they sign for your club, they're signing for your club because they're willing to put it all on the pitch. It's not about that. It's not about that. Mubzino with a 2 says, "I'm sorry, Jude is not it. We need Musiala. Musiala is such a pipe dream. I don't know what his contract situation is. Let me just rapid check his contract situation because
Musiala.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's like 2027 or something. Like, it's got to be a big contract on him. Because
2026.
2026.
It's going to be the same amount of money, isn't it?
Yeah,
and will they even let him go? Would he want to come in?
Not a chance they'll let him go. He's absolute star man over there.
And would he even want to come? Why would he come?
Yeah,
he's playing for the biggest club in Germany.
Playing for the biggest club in Germany. He can absolutely. You know what I mean, he's tanking it. He's in the German international team. Bayern will be extending that contract rapid, and they'll get him on big cash there. So he gets best of all of it really. Benno, yes, Benno with 9 months. I want Jude at all costs. This rumoured love affair with Liverpool and Klopp won't disappear. Plus, will Dortmund take instalments? Will make it affordable.
Yeah, they'll take instalments.
But then, like, would that make it affordable for Liverpool then? Do you know what I mean? If they're taking instalments like that?
Well, yeah, maybe. But then it comes back to the case of if they've not been bought, they're not going to be able to compete. Because Jude Bellingham's going to be sat there now going, okay, I come to Liverpool. We're not in the Champions League. We've not been bought by some rich don, right? You guys only spend 150 million a year or whatever, because you always tell us how your net spend's mega, that's how mint it is. Well, it's mint until it doesn't suit you, and that's why you now want your owners out. So you're in a situation where, okay, not in the Champions League, you don't have the funds to compete. The team has looked really, really poor this year. Your best player, Mohamed Salah's 32 or something like that, and he's going to be gone. You're going to need another, in my opinion, I think Liverpool's squad needs another 3, 4, maybe even 500 million spent on it. You've got City, you just, have the cash and they've got that cash to deploy whenever they want, although we have been fairly frugal in recent years in terms of our like sort of annual spend on transfers. You've got Chelsea who are just going crazy. You've got United who just, go crazy all the time despite their fans telling you they never spend a bean, which is not true. And you've got Arsenal who have just gone slamming right now, and they now are putting their hands in the pocket. They're now quite big spenders. So you look at it and go, why would I go to Liverpool right now? Why would I? And I'm being genuinely serious. Why would anyone who's a top player go to Liverpool right now until they get bought? Once they get bought, that's a completely different story. Completely different story. But until they get bought, why would I go? Why would I go if Chelsea want me, if United want me, if City want me?
Yeah, and
Or Arsenal want me.
the thing is, yeah, and they're not off. There's a chance that they can't offer Champions League football either. So, I mean, it's the fact of that is a big matter. It's just whether if he did join there and they didn't get Champions League football, obviously he's believing that they'll get straight back up into the top four, which you'd probably imagine Liverpool would do next year. You'd imagine they would be straight back up there next year anyway. But obviously,
Bob Matt says because he likes the project, he's not motivated by money. You oil cunts. What is the project? There is no project at Liverpool. There's no project. Until Liverpool get bought, there is no project because they don't spend the money. If you're a Liverpool fan, how can you say that with chest? Look at your team. You never spend money, bro. Your midfield was dying for a midfielder, and you got Arthur Melo on a loan deal. There is no project. Do you not get it? Until Liverpool get bought, I think Liverpool done because they don't spend no money. And you got Chelsea out here spending millions and millions of pounds every single day. City not going anywhere. Arsenal are slamming, and they're probably only going to get better. And United spend 200, 300 million every summer as well. So you can talk about a project, bro, but there is no project. There is no project, man. I'm sorry to tell you, innit?
Techers Dave, also a Liverpool fan, he says FSG to leave it with a cheeky parting gift. I would love it, and I think I deserve it. Jude instantly starts for us, by the way. He isn't guaranteed that elsewhere. Jude definitely starts for Liverpool instantly. He would instantly go into that team.
It start for City.
Yeah. He's not. Yeah, he will start for City. He'll start in most teams, to be honest. But yeah, FSG to leave it with a cheeky parting gift, Dave. I'm not sure they do that just for the fans, and just throw it out there like, yeah, cheers for our time.
It's start for City. Bernardo's leaving, and Gundogan's 31, 32, so it's start for City.
And there's also no guarantee that Gundogan does stay. Like exactly. There's rumours of a new contract going about, but at this moment in time, he might decide not to sign that contract. Baby the 10 says, can we just get Sane? Unfortunately, Sane's not a centre mid, so we lose Gundo and Bellingham. Gundo and Bernardo. We're still going to need someone like Bellingham or Enzo to take that role. Johnny DeJesus or Jesus, yes, with the 8 months. This stream and chat just tells me people have not seen Enzo play. He's a complete midfielder, which gives City added toughness too. He's quality. I don't doubt that Enzo is quality, and I'm also not going to hide that I also I need to see Enzo play a lot more than what I have done already to fully get my mind set. But from what I've seen from Bellingham, I think it'd be incredible in this City side.
I completely agree with what Johnny's saying about he's a complete midfielder and he gives us added toughness. I'm thinking the reason I'm favouring Bellingham is once we lose Kevin De Bruyne, I'd rather have Jude Bellingham in there than Enzo because he gives me more going forward. So that's the reason I'm going him. You know what I mean, them two as a partnership. I mean, Lewis at the beginning of the chat, I said he was greedy. Well, he is greedy. But imagine them both. They'd be a perfect combination. Because like Johnny's saying there, you got that toughness and sort of South American spirit from Enzo Fernandez, and then a little bit of something special. Not saying it's not special, Enzo, but something special from Jude Bellingham, something slightly different. I'm just thinking, who would I rather have in that midfield once Kevin De Bruyne leaves, which will be soon? He's 31. It'll be a couple of years, man.
Well,
he's not going to play until he's 36, bro.
We don't know that.
Nah, I could tell you now for a fact, Kevin De Bruyne.
Look at Modric.
Oh, come on, bro. Don't compare him to Modric.
Am I comparing both players? No, I'm saying that Modric is still playing now.
Yeah, but you just compared them.
I'm not comparing him in terms of ability. Like, do you know what I mean? Like the type of players.
No. I'm talking fitness. Look at Kevin De Bruyne, man.
Yeah, this year he does look tired, innit? I ain't saying he will do.
No, bro. Listen to me, innit? Listen, he's not. I'm not talking about tired. I'm saying look at his body. He's not an athletic player. He's not an athletic guy. Like he's not a Ronaldo who'll go on to play for years. I think he'll be done by the time he's 34.
I'm just saying that there is no like guarantee that he's done by then, innit? Do you know what I mean? I get what you're saying for the face of it, though.
With almost 99% certain that Kevin De Bruyne will not be at City when he's 35.
Okay. Well,
and therefore, I'd rather have Jude Bellingham because that's soon, man. That's soon. That's in like 3 years, 4 years. So that's soon. That's why I'm going Bellingham.
So you think Bellingham is the natural Kev replacement then?
Well, yeah, possibly. I think that he'd come in and he'd then be the Kev replacement, and then you'd find someone your Gundogan, so your Perone or whoever it is you put next to him, and you'd have someone else in there. You either Bernardo Silva or your Gundogan, Bellingham would then take over that mantle from Kevin De Bruyne. That's what I'm looking at. And I don't think Enzo would do that. So then, I mean, it's not too bad because then you could go, okay, well, we'll get Enzo now. And then when Kevin De Bruyne does eventually go, whether it's 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, whatever, then you go and get Kev replacement. I just feel that for me, I think that'd be more pressure because you'd need to get that spot on. Because you couldn't then lose Kevin, get someone in, and then they didn't really hit it off because then you'd just be like massively.
Well, no, because if you do that, you lose too much creativity. You like, I mean, if you risk it like that, and it doesn't work, then the team runs through Kevin De Bruyne most of the time. I see in the chat someone saying Narimene says you don't talk much about Real Madrid. They're serious about him. Even Zidane entered the conversation, especially if Zidane takes the team next year. But would they sack Ancelotti already? Or is Ancelotti just going? But also, didn't Zidane jump into the conversation with Erling Haaland as well? Wasn't that a thing?
Yeah. I think they did,
I'm sure that was a thing at the start. So I don't know, innit? Like I get it. Real Madrid 100% are a serious contender for Jude Bellingham. They will be in the mix because it's a player that they will want. 100%. 100% that they'll be in and around it, just like Liverpool will 100% be in and around it. It won't surprise me if Chelsea were in and around it. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. It's a player that a lot of people want to go in for. Mobzino, maybe 50 months says, I believe Musiala is the truth. He's the perfect De Bruyne replacement. And also, if not, Barella is the perfect Gundo replacement. He suits our style. Is this Barella the guy who plays for Inter Milan?
Mm-hmm.
He's no one that I feel like I've just barely seen. Like, I've just barely seen him. Like, even when we've watched Inter Milan, I don't feel like I've focused on this Donny enough. Musiala, though, I just think, like Lewis said before, I don't see a situation where you're going to get him out of Bayern. Why would Bayern sell him? Why would he want to leave Bayern? He's in the international setup. He'll be on decent cash. He'll get a new contract soon where it will be decent cash. Do you know what I mean? And he's starting for Bayern and I absolutely ripping up the league. Mm-hmm. I don't know why he'd want to leave. And he gives himself a very good chance of winning the Champions League. So I just don't know why. I don't know why he'd want. I generally don't know why he wants to leave. Dylan Oliver too says, why not both Bernardo for Enzo and buy Bellingham? The issue for me with that is I don't think Bernardo would go to Benfica.
The other problem with that is one of them would be sat on the bench.
Yeah,
I think these players at this age, they need to be playing. For me, they need to be playing week in, week out. You know what I mean? And I think you get them both because he's not going to just drop Kev, is he? You know what I mean? He's going to keep playing Kev until he does fall off. So I think, look, I'd love to have them both. I think they'd complement each other really, really nicely. I do. I think it's like the perfect midfield, but it's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen.
But the cash that's involved with both of them players, bro. it'd be heavy. It'd be heavy. And I think you'd have to get rid of both Gundo and Bernardo, whereas apparently there is going to be a contract on the table for Gundogan, which I think it stinks of just one being on the cards at this moment in time. Langan Sweet, yes, with a 449. Hope you had a good birthday, mate. It says Foden better, Bellingham. If anything, when KDB retires, Foden will be the main man. And do you see James McAtee making it? I think James McAtee. It depends on next season if he's in and around the squad or not. But do you know what I mean? I don't think he'd come back and just start straight away. James McAtee. I think he'd have to be embedded into the side. But yeah, Foden is a midfield shout. It is a midfield shout, and that's another thing that if you get both Enzo and Bellingham, I think you could, that stinks of Foden not being in the mid at all.
Well, if you did go for Enzo and the club made a commitment that Phil Foden was going to be that midfielder, that'd be fine. But I just don't get the impression that Pep wants to see Phil Foden in the midfield. So
I don't get that. I think we would have seen it more. I think Pep genuinely sees Foden as that left winger, which is weird because obviously with Jack Grealish, it's a weird one. But then again, you know what I mean, Foden has played well on the right at times. So, but then you've got Mahrez. It stinks, doesn't it? It stinks.
No, easy.
It stinks. We're spoilt, really, when we keep saying about this and we're trying to squeeze Foden in somewhere. Pac-Man with the 3 months says, tell this Bob Helmet to focus on offering Jude's great Nana job in the canteen, some project that will bring you on board and have your Nana on beans. What? Pac-Man going in on Bob. And also, I actually did see Bob before saying that, basically that Jude Bellingham's mate liked to tweet that was against City, but I'm pretty sure weren't there like Jack Grealish tweets and everything.
What?
like I think he liked tweets saying going to City is like losing your virginity to a prostitute, something like that. So what and then he was like, so face it is coming to Liverpool. What? What?
Oh my God!
Jack, I'm pretty sure Jack Grealish has like tweeted bad about City before, you know. Like,
Kyle Walker has as well.
Loads of people have. This is what I mean. It doesn't matter who the players support.
Come on,
it don't matter.
Give it a rest. Jeez, honestly, man. Serious. If he goes to Liverpool, fair dues. I'm gonna be sat here crying my eyes out, man. But
it is. Yeah, it's a decision.
At least give like some proper rationales to why he'd go to Liverpool, not because his mate liked his anti-City tweet.
His mate, not like he did. His mate did.
Oh my God! I'm here for the debates, man. But you gotta give me something proper rather than just his mate liked to tweet, man. Honestly, I promise you, that ain't gonna have no good debate on that.
Triple controllers of the 1 month. Imagine we get Enzo. The Argentinian takeover is real. Maybe a cheeky Messi 2-year deal as well. This summer rebuild is going to be madness breeze. I mean, it'd be madness if we it'd be madness if we signed Enzo and Messi. Do you know what I mean? It would be a full Argentinian takeover. Obviously, the word rumours about Messi leaving PSG, that seems to have died down very quickly. Which one hand, I'm glad about it, bro, because the Messi sagas were just. They were hectic, you know. They were hectic. I think that that ship has sailed. That ship has sailed now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Enzo, he is an option. I think it's probably time that we go through some stats, bro.
Yeah, let's do the stats then, man. Let's start off with Jude Bellingham, right? So Jude Bellingham, I'm going to start from 2019 to 2020, so I don't have to go back too far. And obviously he's only now 19. So what would he be then, like 16 years old? He played 44 times for Birmingham, 4 goals and 2 assists. And that was in the Championship, by the way, as a 16-year-old. So that's pretty impressive.
That's mad.
I think that's pretty impressive, man. I think that's pretty impressive as a 16-year-old. In 2021, that's when he made his move to the Bundesliga, played 46 times, 4 goals, 4 assists. He also made his Champions League debut, playing 10 games. He played over 600 minutes, getting a goal and an assist. So he would have been now, 17, going on 18. Then last year, 44 games, 6 goals, 14 assists. That's pretty impressive. And again, he played 6 games in the Champions League, 1 goal, 3 assists, got a couple of Europa League goals and assists as well. So he's already got that European experience, albeit not that much. He's only played in it 2 years, but he's got that experience. He's played in big Bundesliga games. It's good to see. And then so far this season, Jude Bellingham, there we go, is 23 games. 23. Bearing in mind, this guy's a midfielder. 23 games, 10 goals, 4 assists.
Guy's got good stats, you know.
As a midfielder, bro.
Guy's got 6 stats. And just the thing is, right? We look at this season, and a lot of things that people say is the creativity is where we're lacking, and this guy's just guaranteed to have creativity and goals into the game. Now, when you say the stats and stuff like that, it does think of something that Liverpool need as well, because Liverpool need a midfielder who can chip in with goals, and he is someone that can do that. He can create and also score goals, but we could also do with something like that because that's the way our team runs. Our midfielders always chipping with goals. I know that we have Erling Haaland up top, but that's the way that we've run for the past few seasons. The midfielders always chipping in, and also the creativeness from him is mint. I just think I think he'd fit this side.
And you know what I like about him as well? Scoring goals in the Champions League. I know it's only the group stage, but he got 4 in a row. Match day 1 to 4, got a goal in every single game, including an assist as well against Seville. So he does it on the European stage. He's doing it in the Bundesliga. He's doing it for England. Let me check his England record. 22 games, 1 goal. So he's playing for England. He's only played 22 times as a 19-year-old for England.
That is mad. Did you
see? His ceiling is wild.
Did you see him the other day when he took on that guy on the wing? It was sick. Yeah. When he came back, he took on that guy. It was so sick. But I mean, I think he's meant to be. I genuinely think he's meant. But like I say, people have the votes in that. Like, it is pretty mad. So we've seen Jude Bellingham's stats now. Mm-hmm. Should we move over to Enzo? See what this guy's been producing.
Yeah, okay. We'll go back to the same year. We'll go back to 2019 and 2020. Remember, obviously, he's playing in South America at this point. 19 games, two goals, so not too much of a breakthrough there. In 2020, 2021, he played 40 times, so that's really where he sort of kicked on. 2 goals, 5 assists. So pretty similar to sort of Jude's stats in his first year. Was that last year? Yeah, last year, 28 games, 10 goals, 7 assists. So really, really good stats for him as well. And maybe a little bit more than you probably expect from him based on what I've seen. And then this season so far, 28 games, 4 goals, and 7 assists. So again, pretty decent stats for Argentina, who's played 10 times, scored a goal. So I don't think there's too much to it. I think it's one of them, like any club, right? If you're Liverpool, if you're Chelsea, if you're Real Madrid, if you're City, United, whatever, and you're saying, right, we're in for Enzo, we're in for Jude. I think you get any of them, you've got to be buzzing.
Yeah,
I just think that everyone has the slight preference on who they'd want.
Yeah, I think as fans, we'll all have like that little edge of one on either side. But like you say, I think save we're going in for Jude, and then he does end up going to Liverpool. Best believe City will turn their attention straight away to Enzo Fernandez, straight away. Which is why it's crucial that we try and find out where we stand with these deals quite early, because we can't really be wasting time on that. The last thing that City need is both of these players to be going elsewhere. Let's say both of them move in summer, and then none of them end up at City. That is a nightmare situation. But I mean, our back was just as much as any other team to have a good say in either of these transfers. Another thing, like if people want to say about reasons he might join City, he does have one of his best friends at City. Obviously, whilst they were at Dortmund, Haaland and Jude were like best mates, pure best mates. So, I mean, Agent Haaland, as Jamie says there, he might get on the phone and have a few words, just like we had Agent Mahrez. So that's definitely a situation. But like I say, at the end of the day, I think it's a pick of what club really for Jude and Enzo at this moment in time with the cash that's been offered. I think the only thing with Enzo is it's gonna need a club to offer the cash that Benfica will accept. It's obviously same with Dortmund, but the thing for me with Enzo is he's only been here 6 months. Yeah,
I don't think clubs are not willing to spend 120 million.
They might be a little bit more reluctant to pay that. Yeah, they might be trying to cut a bit more of a deal. Whereas with Jude, I think we all kind of know his price tag, and I think the clubs will be offering that. Like if City want to get a Jude Bellingham, but it's going to cost us like £120 million. It's definitely just going to cost 120 mil. So the club needs to be aware of that, and maybe they are. Maybe they already know. There was rumours.
Yeah, of course they are, bro. I go back to the fact that they paid 100 million quid for Grealish. Bro.
Yeah,
I will say, if City decide that he's not worth 120 million, I've got to ask serious questions as to how they can pay 100 million for Grealish and not 120 million for Bellingham.
Yeah, I mean the market's what it is at the moment in time. City are gonna have to try and go for it. There was the big rumor before about he said yes again. Do you remember that? A couple of months back, that Jude said yes to City. Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
That was the big Blue Moon Forum thing. So whether that comes true or not, we don't know. Liam, there's a Liverpool fan. He says, "Do you mean 150 million? It might be 150 million. It might be 150 million.
I think it depends how many teams are actually in for him properly.
Yeah, like properly. I think definitely Liverpool, City, and Real Madrid will definitely be in there. Will definitely be in there. Now, the Liverpool thing obviously is a weird one because if the owner's looking to sell, why would they just go spend £150 million?
Well,
it's a weird one. 100. So, like Liam, they're saying 150 mil. Are Liverpool going to spend 150 mil when they're looking to sell the club? It seems like a very weird decision, doesn't it?
That's why they need to get a sale quickly, because that's what I said to Bob before, man. Until they get sold, Liverpool are stagnating, in my view. They're going to stagnate until they get sold. They need them owners out, man, because I think they've had enough. They wanted that Super League, didn't they? They wanted the Super League. They wanted the cash. They ain't got the cash, and now I just think that I think they're just going to stagnate until they get the new owners. And once they get the new owners, there'll be a big problemo, man. Look at Chelsea; they're going to be a big problem as well. But I think until they get them new owners, they could stagnate, you know. I feel like the club's going a bit stale at the moment. I know they've got a lot of injuries that ain't helping their current performances, but I don't worry about Liverpool like next year, or even the year after, until they get bought.
I'm still scarred, bro. I
think that squad, bro. I think they've ran it into the ground, man. They've ran it into the ground. Van Dijk's not the same. Robertson's fell off. There's always going to be questions about Trent's defending. The midfield is ass. Fabinho finished. Henderson finished. Thiago's not good enough, in my opinion. So they need a whole new midfield. Salah's 31, 32. Bro, and Nunez, you know what I mean? Does he know where the goal is?
The only thing with Nunez is, I feel like when he does find them where their goal is, I think he'll score quite a lot of goals.
Actually,
he finds himself in very, very good positions. He just bins it all the time. But when he finally gets his shooting boots on, bro, I think he just needs to switch it up. I think he'll sort it out. Tyler with 10 months, he says, going back to what he said about Jude being Kev replacement, what about Jude being a Gundo replacement and then Phil moving to the Kev role? That's how. Well, I think short term, I think Jude would be the Bernardo / Gundo replacement. I think that's where he'd go straight into the side. So you'd have like your Rodri, KDB, and Jude Bellingham in the midfield. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it working.
Yeah, I think I would.
So yeah, the Phil moving to Kev role, if that's something that Pep wanted to try, but I don't know if Pep's. I'm still not convinced Pep will want that. I don't know what it is like. But maybe we'll see in the future a bit more. Pie, yes, Pie, who is stuck with the name professional United fan after the United stream. How long for? 30 days or something. Yes, with a 10. I remember when JP called me washed. Oh yeah, I did, because you didn't do a story. I remember now. Yeah, that's only because you didn't do a story, though, isn't it? That ain't my fault. Well, I got news for you. I got a story coming up in the next Premier League game. Yes, Pie, mate. Or Puff. I can't say that. Professional United fan. LB. Oh no. He says LB Man United snake. Rashi. Oh, bro.
No, it's not snake, bro. It's snack.
Snack. Yeah, snack. I was watching. Goldbridge, bro. I was watching his FIFA series, right? And he called Rashford Rashi, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no. I was like, riding me straight away. JP sits like a soccer mom in a minivan. I sit with like one leg on top of like here's one leg. I sit with one leg on top of this, so maybe I do. I ain't seen no soccer mom in a minivan in it, but I don't know. I might be a good soccer mom.
A good what?
A good soccer mom.
Oh, soccer.
Yeah. Soccer mom. That's what they're called, isn't it? Soccer mums. That's what American call them anyway.
Right, should we repoll it then? Because we've done the stats, we've done the contract situation, we've done the price, we've done the little tactics driller. So let's do another one. Enzo Fernandez. Imagine this is just exactly the same.
I know, yeah. Well, so the earlier results were 75% for Jude, 25% for Enzo. So we'll see if people have had their minds changed. Do you think Enzo Fernandez?
Have you changed your mind, bro?
Pardon? No.
I've not changed my mind either.
You know what, as well? I was very open to it. When I was going into this, I set my mind on, I'm going to sit here and listen to what people have to say about both these players, and I will come out of this whichever way. And I just, I don't know, the Jude Bellingham, bro, it's got a bit of sauce to it, bro. It gets me gassed.
I just think he's got something extra.
How sick does it sound? Enzo would be sick as well, so if Enzo comes, it'd still be sick. But this just sounds mint, yeah? Rodri, Jude Bellingham, and KDB in the midfield. That sounds sick. That sounds sick. Sideways because he's English. Yeah, but it just sounds mint. It sounds mint.
I knew you'd have on the bench. You'd have Perone
on the bench. Foden. Well,
Phillips obviously can play in that role.
Yeah. Potentially Gundo. Mad.
Yeah, if Gundo resigns.
If Gundo resigns for like a year. It sounds so sick, but will it ever happen? That's the thing. That's the thing. Is he going to want to come to City? I don't know. Early stats, bro, are showing that it's looking like a few people have had their heads turned towards Jude.
Yeah. A couple of people, man. A couple of people have moved over for me. If you've not voted, guys, go to the live chat and vote for who you want City to sign. But yeah, it's looking like a few people have changed their minds, man. From Enzo Fernandez over to Jude Bellingham. Who do you think we will get, bro, in midfield? Don't have to be it could be someone else.
I think we'll get Jude Bellingham.
You think we will get Jude Bellingham?
That probably sounds absolute shit for like Liverpool fans and stuff like that, but I think we'll get Jude Bellingham. It stinks because it seems out there, but I don't know, innit? I don't know. I think City gonna go all out.
Do you know what else is out there, bro? 10 gifted from Obey! Oh!
Yes, I'll pay for the 10 gifted memberships. Think of all the people getting the memberships and that.
What are we on now, bro? Are we on 900? I can't see it.
Let me double check on the... let me get the figures.
we might be on
900 now. We're very close to 1,000 again, though.
Yes, Obey. Thank you, bro. Abdullah, yes, bro, says Enzo is the next big thing. He reminds me of Cruz and Pogba. Enzo is one of the next big things.
He's definitely up there with one of the next best things.
And don't get this twisted, yeah? If we end up with Enzo Fernandez in the summer, you best believe I'm going to be buzzing.
Bro, we're going to be buzzing 100% if we have Enzo, but it's just, at this moment in time, we'd probably just pick... I'm
gonna be buzzing, bro. I'm gonna be buzzing if we get Enzo Fernandez.
Bro, either of them. Look, we just been through all the thingy. We've just been through all the starts, and both of them sound like they've been minting this. They both sound like they've been minting this, but we don't know yet. We don't know. We are on, bro. Oh, he's done it. He's done it. By the way, I was just about to say we are on 898. But then he's just gifted another 5. So now, yes, we're on 903 now. So yes, Obeyed.
Thank you, Obeyed, bro, for the 5 and a 10. Appreciate that. Dubs in the chat. Love to see it, man. GG's there. Thank you very much, Obeyed. We're now over 900. That's nice to see. Oh, the next goal's 1,000. That's going to be a big
1K.
one. Obeyed says with a super chat. He says vote Sane.
I can't believe how much Obeyed full send Sane. Like, I ain't ever seen anyone full send Sane as much as Obeyed. He's desperate.
And Pie with a 5 says City looks like they are buying England's national team. All they need to do is buy good old Rashi.
I'd say Rashford would be sick of the City side. Rashi.
That's funny.
It is funny that he's cleansed from then, though. Professional idiot, mate. He's cleansed. He cleanses soul with a good sesh at the pub, innit?
Yeah, I did cleanse myself. I'm now cleansed.
So you no longer LB United fan. That is not a thing anymore. It was just a temporary fix.
Yeah, I just ended the poll, by the way, and there was a 2% swing.
Oh,
so we managed to convince 2% of the Enzo Fernandez fans to change their mind and go for Jude Bellingham.
Absolutely mad. I mean, so now there's a few more people on board.
So you think we will actually get Jude Bellingham?
Yeah.
My main concern is Real Madrid. I'm more worried about Real Madrid than Liverpool.
I think Real Madrid.
Unless Liverpool get bought.
If Liverpool get bought, then yeah. Like I do feel like Real Madrid is a big. I just think all the teams are going to be in there and they're going to go out there with chest that they think they'll get him. I do think it is a big concern, but I don't know, man. I got a dream, bro, innit? I just got this dream. So I'm going to manifest it as much as I can that Jude Bellingham will play for Manchester.
Ben Lind as well. the Hey Jude song at City, bro.
Oh, imagine.
That'd just pop off, wouldn't it? Imagine, bro, like a semi-final, Champions League semi-final, right? Second leg at the Etihad. Jude Bellingham scores the winner to take us to the final. And then after the game, that song's playing out and everyone's just singing a tune. I'm telling you, man.
It'd be unreal.
See,
Mohamed makes a good point there. Madrid don't need you. They've just signed Camavinga for what, 70 million, 80 million last year. But
yes, but look at their midfield.
Yeah, Modric is what, 38 or something. Kroos is like 37 or something. He's old, isn't he?
And Kroos is old as well. I think Kroos is a bit young. I think he's 33 actually.
Is Kroos only 33? Man's been about for time.
I think it's fake news. Yeah, 33.
That's
you think he's like 38, innit?
Yeah, bro, he's been about forever.
But still, the point remains is that they do need to refresh that midfield, and their forward line is chill. You know, they don't need any more forward players.
They did get Tchouaméni. That's the guy I was thinking who was 70 million, not Camavinga. Tchouaméni was 70 million, 80 million.
Yeah, but then who got then? They've got him.
So they'd have Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Modric.
Well, Modric is going at the end of the season.
Is he already confirmed that? Yeah.
Well, pretty much. Apparently, he's going to Al Nassr with
is it?
With Ronaldo. That's the rumours I've seen.
So Kroos.
Valverde can play in there.
Valverde can play in there.
But isn't he playing like right mid nowadays?
Yeah, they're having like full sending right wing, aren't they? But he can play in there. Yeah, it's a bit weird though, isn't it? Because then it is only three. I think like you can see why they'd be interested. You can see why they are interested in Jude Bellingham. So
I think they'd be interested in for sure. I do.
It is going to be. I think it's. But then
everyone is.
It's going to be difficult, bro, because everyone's going to be in for him. Everyone's going to be trying to turn his head. Everyone's going to be in for him. It's going to be just a difficult transfer to get over the line. But I just hope that City can get it done, because I think it would be a very good signing. I think Pep would absolutely love him. Now, does that mean that Pep wouldn't love Enzo? Absolutely not. There was rumours coming out yesterday about Pep basically monitoring Enzo Fernandez and that. So I think there will be a situation with that. Like, I feel like City will basically set both up. They'll be trying to talk to both sides to see where they stand with both deals. And because they won't want to just go, nah, not having this. We're going full send on Jude, put all our eggs in one basket, and then be left with egg on our face when he doesn't sign for us and he signs for Liverpool. City need to be clever about it, and I think they will do that. I think they'll both be like entertaining both sides of it and seeing the prices that they can get both for. Zohib says, speak on Build and Christian Falk backtracking. Now, I don't know if it's backtracking, but I think it might have just been things developing. Because originally, Christian Falk came out and said that basically Jude was looking likely to sign for Liverpool. And then apparently now, this is all Zohib, by the way, saying me. I just seen him put it in the chat before. Apparently now, they're now saying it's unlikely that he's going to sign for Liverpool. So Build moving weird. But Build also, with the Dortmund news last year, were very, very reliable.
They were reliable. They were very reliable last year, so we'll have to see how they are. Obviously, the timelines are going to start soon, man.
Yeah,
the timelines will start soon for real, and then we can get on it.
It's around this time when it started kicking off with Haaland, so hopefully this is when it'll all start kicking off with Jude Bellingham and stuff like that. Baby Descent says purchase Madrid. I mean, haven't we already bought their stadium? Didn't Sheikh Mansour do a deal with their stadium to redo it? I remember when it was going to happen, then it fell through, but then I think. It's still. I think it's going back through again now.
They were going to do.
They was going to do the upgrade thing, weren't they?
Yeah.
But I think that's still going ahead. I think it might have I think they might have fixed it up. Might be someone else. Google Maps and Play and Watch lives, please, lads. Andrew says, yeah, that'll be coming. Don't worry, we'll definitely be on that.
We just need a little bit more, because we've not had anything really come out recently. Soon as something happens,
it feels nothing concrete from City side.
Yeah, plus the rumours are still pretty lame. Like this,
it's dead, isn't it?
Very little talk about it. I do feel like I keep saying this. I know I keep saying this, but it's got to be in the next few weeks. In the next few weeks, we will start seeing some stuff. We will. We have to.
Yeah. Zoe says, but Samley and Jack aren't denying it. Yeah, but they're not confirming it either. You know what I mean? So it works both ways. Omar with a 2 says, if one goes somewhere else, do you send for the other? Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. That's why I said City will balance. It's a balancing act for City. They'll try and be speaking to both sides of it to see which deal they prefer, and then whichever one they prefer, if they decide somewhere else, then they'll go to the other one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Right, we'll leave you there so you can all go and watch United against Forest. And
the Carabao.
Do something funny, man. You know what I mean? That would be pretty decent.
Hopefully they do something funny.
It's unlikely, isn't it? Let's be honest.
It's unlikely. But, you know what I mean? They pulled out a result against Liverpool.
Especially with Press Merchant. Wow, Weghorst, bro.
Is he playing?
Yeah.
The biggest presser in the world.
The biggest presser in the world, the Press Merchant.
Press Merchant.
Well, there we go.
Baby the 25 says, I'm on it. Purchase both Madrid teams. He wants both of them.
Right, we'll wrap it up there, guys. Yeah, let's keep our eye on this one, man. We'll have to keep. There will be some developments coming out on this. There will be rumours soon because there's got to be some rumours coming out soon. So just prepare yourself, man. So some bad news, maybe some good news. We will be getting news I think in the next couple of weeks, man. I don't see us going through February without getting some like major leaks or major rumours on this because then you're only like 3 months away from the end of the season. Serious interest will start peaking soon. That's it. Right, enjoy the rest of your night, guys. Appreciate the support as always. Make sure you drop a like on the stream if you have not done so already. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. And we'll see you in the next one. See you in a bit, guys. See you in a bit.